Alright. It's go home time. Yes, sir. Let's get out of this place.
Me to the dogs. The king consented. During those 10 days, the servant approached the guard responsible. The late king of my community had 10 wild dogs. He used them to torture and devour any of his servants who made a mistake. One servant, having given an opinion that displeased the king, faced a grim fate. The king ordered the servant to be thrown to the dogs.
Thrown to the dogs!
The servant pleaded, "I have served you for 10 years, and this is how you repay me. Please grant me 10 days before you throw me to the dogs." The king consented. During those 10 days, the servant approached the guard responsible for the dogs, expressing his desire to care for them. He began feeding the dogs and providing them with all sorts of comforts. When the 10 days had elapsed, the servant was cast to the dogs as punishment. To everyone's astonishment, the ravenous dogs simply licked the servant's feet. The king exclaimed in surprise, "What has happened to my dogs?" The servant responded, "I served the dogs for merely 10 days, and they remembered my service. Yet, you forgot mine at my first mistake." Regretting his decision, the king ordered the servant's release. This story reminds us not to forget the good deeds someone has done for us, simply because they make a mistake. Share and drop a 100 if you've read this far. The late king
wrote a song about why beer is better than women. I'm allowed to complain about a beer being flat. My lips touch another bottle, my old beer don't get mad. When I'm at a bar, I'm always able to pick up a Bud Light. And beer looks the same in the morning as it did on Friday night. Beer is always ready to leave on time, and that's why beer's never late. And when I want to swap beers, my old beer won't take half my estate. A world where I could just date beer, just be great. And beer looks the same in the morning as it did
Like seriously? Florida bus driver fired for making white passengers sit at the back of the bus. It's about Rosa Parks in reverse. No, sir.
There's nothing that can replace face-to-face conversations, but video calls with my MBX 360 are the next best thing. I'm Alex. I'm an aspiring craftsman, a graphic...
Diabetes, the bad. The leaf that brought out diabetes, the poor circulation, and high blood pressure of my life. The first ingredient we are going to use will be the guava leaf.
Guava leaf.
It is rich in many properties and benefits that your body needs to get sugar out of your veins. Circulation, blood clotting, fatty liver, stomach problems, and constipation. Add 3 guava leaves.
Yes,
We are also going to add turmeric powder. Eliminate muscle aches, prevent cancer, fatty liver, remove stones in the kidneys, uncover your lungs, and end those swollen feet due to poor circulation. Add a little as you see on the screen. Finally, we will add 5 cloves. This wonderful ingredient is great to get the excess sugar out of your blood and end diabetes, poor circulation, and high blood pressure forever. In a pot with enough water, introduce these ingredients and let them boil for 10 minutes. Diabetes, the bad.
A lot of girls complain that guys walk away from them simply because they refuse to give them sex. Some have even turned into sex toys just to keep their man. Let me be very open here. Sex might not be the reason these guys walk away. Remove sex from a relationship and see that most girls don't have anything else to offer their men. Aside from sex, what do you have to offer to a man?
You know?
Can you support him spiritually? Can you support him physically, financially? How about mentally?
Fucking
All you do
whining
is
like-
demand money for bags, shoes, phones, clothes, and outings, making him spend unnecessarily. What are you even bringing to the table? Have you ever sat him down and helped him plan his future? Try to be a woman that a man will always regret losing for the rest of his life. Be that woman that your man can never afford to lose to another man. Build your man to your taste and stop looking for a ready-made husband when you are not a ready-made wife. A lot of girls complain that guys walk away from them.
Teachers, you're needed. International teachers, you're needed. In an article by the SCC PSS School District in Georgia, they stated they are aggressively recruiting international teachers to minimize
What
the
about
teacher
your
shortage
teachers?
in their school district.
What about their
Yes,
teachers?
they want to make sure every classroom has a trained teacher. So guys, wherever you are, if you have a bachelor's degree and you are qualified to teach in the United States, you may be able to land a job in the school district.
Maybe.
Check the description below.
Maybe.
So always remember,
And there's
guys,
no shortage.
you're needed, and more is gonna be coming. Teachers, you're needed.
Welcome to the happiest place on earth that has all the pew pew pew
Land the job.
Avengers assemble. And woohoo! Happy you never knew could exist. So you're a new kind of happiest every time you visit, only at the Disneyland Resort. Welcome to the happiest place on earth that has all the
Why is a Japanese doctor warning people to put a snake plant in their room? He mentioned 6 reasons, and I'm going to tell you right now without delay. And I'll tell you in advance, the 6th reason is controversial and will cause a lot of buzz in the comments, I'm sure of it. Number 1, folks, according to NASA studies, the snake plant is one of the plants that produces the most oxygen and purifies the air compared to other plants we might have at home. So that's the first reason. Number 2, folks, most plants produce oxygen during the day, right? But the snake plant produces it at night, which aids in sleep. So during the day, it will absorb the bad air with some components that aren't so healthy for humans. And at night, it will release the purest oxygen. Number 3 now, folks.
Oh.
The snake plant is capable of
Ooh.
removing pollutant toxins from the
Did
air.
all that
This
test
means it's very good at
to
combating
determine
allergens.
that this plant
And
is
as I
letting
said,
off oxygen.
this
that
will
night.
happen
Tell
during
me.
the day, and at night,
People
your
always
room will
come
have
up with
clean
some
air,
shit in
free
their mouth
from
all the while. We
impurities.
tell people
All
about.
right? Number 4,
I
it's
want
a
to see
super
people
easy
sit down and
plant
really-
to care
really
for.
question
It
these
adapts to different light conditions. All parts of the body were having a meeting, trying to decide who was the one in charge. The brain said, I should be in charge because I run all the body's systems. So without me, nothing would happen. The blood said, I should be in charge because I circulate oxygen all over. So without me, you'd waste away. The stomach said, I should be in charge because I process food and give all of you energy. Then the leg said, I should be in charge because I carry the body wherever it needs to go. Next was the eyes. I should be in charge because I allow the body to see where it goes. Finally, the rectum said, I should be in charge because I'm responsible for waste removal. All the other body parts laughed at the rectum and insulted him, so in a huff, he shut down tight. Within a few days, the brain had a terrible headache. The stomach was bloated, the legs got wobbly, the eyes got watery, and the blood was toxic. They all decided that the rectum should be the boss. What is the moral of the story? Even though the others do all the work, the asshole is usually in charge. All parts of the body were having a meeting, trying to decide who was the one in charge.
That
The
is a
brain
good
said,
one.
I should be in charge because I run all the body's
The rest
systems.
of the body
So
do the
without
work,
me,
all of the
nothing
work,
would
but the
happen.
asshole
The
is
blood
always
said,
in charge.
I should be in charge because I circulate oxygen all over. So with 3 things about people who get angry very easily. Number 1, they have a good and kind heart. Beneath that fiery exterior is a soul filled with compassion. They are often more sensitive to emotions, which means they feel both the highs and lows intensely. This sensitivity can sometimes manifest as a quick temper, but it's rooted in their deep care for the world around them. Their anger is often a protective shield, guarding a heart that feels too much. Number 2, they love truly and wholeheartedly, but most people take them for granted. Their love is both fierce and unwavering. However, because they invest so much emotion into their relationships, they can become frustrated when they feel undervalued or overlooked by those they care about. Number 3, but once they dislike you, just forget about it, because they'll do it with passion and ignore your entire existence. It's a protective mechanism to guard their heart from further hurt. They may create distance, but it's important to remember that this stems from a place of self-preservation rather than spite. 3 things about people who get angry very easily. Number
Where's that stomach still?
Hi, this is Barefoot Alley. I know it's been a difficult year for a lot of people. You want to take a vacation, and everything's been so expensive. So I created an affordable vacation. It's like a home away from home. The cabin sleep 2 people. You have your fireplace, you have your grill, you have your refrigerator. It's only for $130. It's a stress-free environment. And then when you don't want to cook one night, you come and have dinner. The kitchens, we have 4 kitchens and 2 bars. There's so much in the property to do. You have hiking, you get up, you hike in the morning, you go to the river. And if all that is too boring for you, we could do excursions. We offer excursions anywhere in the islands. We also do airport transfers. And when all that is said and done, you just relax, you can sit on your porch and make yourself a big spliff. And if you don't know how to make it, we'll also share the name. So you may be interested, and please
Advertise ganja, yeah, girl. Oh, you mean a big spliff? That's about a smoke ganja, I go.
York City, pay attention. This is what's happening right under your nose while you're being distracted with the tree lighting, with Diddy and Cassie and all the things. This is what's going on. Pay attention.
New York City. Rule 2.13 isolation and quarantine procedures. Published November 22nd, 2023. Let's talk about New York. The government now has legal authority to remove residents from their homes and force them into quarantine camps. There is no age restriction. Children could be removed from their homes without parental consent. They
City, pay attention. This is what's happening right under your nose while you're being distracted with the tree lighting, with Diddy and Cassie and all the things. This is what's going on. Pay attention.
Hey, mountain endurance athletes. Are you struggling to make the progress with your training that you really want to? One of the big challenges with mountain endurance sports, whether that's ski-mo, ski touring, or mountain biking, or mountain running, is that it's hard for us to measure performance.
We gonna go straight
because
this
it's
evening,
hard for
baby.
us to measure performance, it's easy for us to go a fairly long time, meaning weeks and or months, without making much progress.
Currently, a climate emergency.
Well, there is an emergency. It's an emergency of common sense. And the other emergency we have is there's not enough carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. It has been decreasing over geological time from 0.7%, which is 500 years ago, to the current 0.04%. If we halved it, all plant life would die.
Shut up.
We should be thinking very
Who that made you fuck us, God? Or you don't have enough carbon dioxide in the what?
Carbon dioxide. So we have a huge crisis.
Every day them people that come up with a reason to kill out people.
Down for the last 60 years. As a result of that, we have people having eco-anxiety and thinking there's a climate crisis. It's actually a crisis of education.
No climate crisis. I want to create the crisis. All the fuckers.
Last week declared that the era of global warming is over and the era of global
warming.
oil
Tell
is
them about
on.
global warming. Global which warming? When I Canada also. What the fuck would I talk about global warming?
I would say these people
hot countries, that is hot countries.
Who don't know
global warming. Global warming, my ass.
Frighten us witless so we can open our wallets. This has got nothing to do with science. It's got nothing to do with
over there.
Call me old school, but everyone should not be allowed in your house. As the old saying goes, when you allow the wrong people in your house, stuff will come up missing. Like joy, peace, love, and faith. Yes, people steal those things too. You can't let everybody in your house because they bring bad spirits and demons. So guard your space and guard your place. Call me old school, but everyone should not be allowed.
Suck a nigga dick a song, suck a nigga dick a song, suck a nigga dick a what? Suck a what?
You never hear that long.
Suck a nigga dick a song, suck a nigga dick a what? Suck a what?
She's slow. God.
When I give, it does not come with strings. I'm not keeping track of what you owe me. When I give, I choose to do so without ulterior motives. I give because I'm genuine. I give because I know what it's like to be without, to long for and be ignored, to speak and not be heard, to care for and have nothing returned. When I give, it's because I get it. It's because I know the value in what I have in my heart, and I refuse to let the world stop me from sharing that. But when things start being taken for granted, when you no longer appreciate my sincerity, I won't switch, I won't get angry, and I won't be cruel. I'll just get smart, and I'll change your role in my life. Because when I give, I'm all in. But when I'm done, there's no looking back. When I give, 1-minute prayer for your children. Dear God, I come before you today with a heart full of love and concern for my children. They are my greatest blessings, and I ask for your blessings and guidance over each one of them. Please watch over my children, both young and grown, and keep them safe from harm. Surround them with your love and protection, guiding them in their daily lives and shielding them from physical and emotional dangers. Grant my children the wisdom to make good choices, the strength to overcome challenges, and the joy of discovering their own unique paths in life. May they grow in health, both physically and emotionally, and may their hearts be filled with love, compassion, and understanding for others. Help me, as a parent, to provide them with the love, support, and guidance they need to thrive. Give me the patience and wisdom to nurture their growth and to be a positive role model. I entrust my children into your loving hands, knowing that your protection is steadfast and your love is unwavering. Please bless them with your grace and help them become the best versions of themselves. In your name, I offer this prayer. trusting in your divine care and guidance. Amen. 1 minute prayer for your children. Dear God, I come before you to...
So many of you guys have requested me doing this song. Here's my reggae version. Used to spend my nights out at the ballroom. Liquor was the only love I've ever known. Then you rescued me, reaching for the bottom, and brought me back from being too far gone. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as Tennessee whiskey. Honey, I stay so on your love all the time. Stay stoned on love. Yeah, you stay stoned on love all the time. So many of you guys have requested me doing this song. Here's my reggae version.
Repossessed cars in Canada are sold for almost nothing.
No, that's the truth. It's like it's the end of the world. I can take it. And you know, like you got white friends, and you know, you hear white people, they'll say, look at them, look at black people. They look like little monkeys. They've always said that. But you know that's the truth. Have you took a good look at a monkey? A monkey got thin lips. Take a good look at a monkey. A monkey got light eyes. Take a good look at a monkey. A monkey got straight hair. Take a good look.
That's mash up in reverse.
Thought I saw a monkey on a skateboard the other day. I saw Planet of the Apes. I ain't seen none of us in it. I saw just white folks in Planet of the Apes. Then they said we come out of trees. First white folks I saw on a tree was Tarzan. When I went to my white friend's house to play, where do you think they took me? Straight to the treehouse. When you watch the movies in Hollywood, the white films, they're obsessed with the past. Let's go back. Let's go back. Back to the beach. Back to the future. That old Annette Fumatelli stuff. I ain't going back to no beach. I didn't like her in the old Mickey Mouse days when she was prejudiced. And they were so happy wasn't no black folks in the little group. Remember, they was no prejudice day. They were so happy to just sing, M-I-C-K. They're just so happy. Ain't no black people. M-I-C-K. What they think we couldn't spell? M-K-K. No, that's the truth. It's like it's the end of the world. I can take it. And you know, like you got white friends, and you know, you hear white people, they'll say, look at them, look at black people. They look like little monkeys. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing
Man, it looks good kill. But I never cross a man that didn't deserve it. Maybe treated like a punk, you know that's unheard of. You better watch how you're talking, I know you're walking. But you on your highway modeling and in short.
I really hate the trip,
but I gotta go.
As they go, I see myself in the pistol smoke. Fool, I'm the kind of G your little homies wanna be like on my knees in the night, saying prayers in the street light.
We've been spending most of lives living in a gangster's paradise. We've been spending most of lives living in a gangster's paradise. Money and the power, power and the money. Minute after mirror, hour after hour.
Why do two people always argue when they're together? Actually, when two people really love each other, they can sometimes have disagreements. This happens because love can make us a bit selfish. The more you care about someone, the more you worry if they care about you too. You pay a lot of attention to all the little things they do to show their love. Sometimes you might think they're acting strange or being unreasonable, but believe me, it's just their way of showing they care even more about you. Think about it this way. If your partner hardly ever texts you first and never gets upset with you, does that mean they truly love you? Always remember, real love isn't always about being sensible. If I'm with someone I don't love, I can easily control my feelings. I wouldn't mind much what they do, whether they go out or have fun at a bar. I can face them calmly. But with someone I love, it's different. I'd always worry about whether they're being faithful. Even the tiniest change in how you treat me, I'd notice it. It's because I love you that I'm so sensitive to it.
Say,
why do two people always argue?
A piece of jealousy in my wife last night. I shouldn't say jealousy. A piece of suspicion in my wife last night. To blood cleat me if I wonder. What she here say? But you know she had suspicious. Never watch no face. Blood cleat.
In me trying to research, why am I getting so many headaches and what kind of headaches can they be? I realized that in our 40s, I'm now 44, my birthday was this week, was Tuesday. In our 40s, with the hormonal changes that happen in perimenopause, and yes, most of us in our 40s are going through perimenopause and we don't even realize. Perimenopause is when our hormones start changing. As our bodies prepare for menopause, the drop in estrogen and change in progesterone levels actually triggers migraines and triggers headaches. So I am now realizing that that's a huge possibility with me being 44, that can be the cause of my headaches. So next week I'm going to go and start doing some blood work to see where my hormone levels are at. Okay? Because sometimes we don't realize that red flag, things are changing. We feel young and sprucey, but we're getting up in age.
So if
you're having a lot of headaches and you're not understanding where they're coming
long
from,
time.
check your hormone levels.
There was no
In me trying to
mistake
research, why am I
that
getting
things were
so many
changing.
headaches and what kind of headaches?
Don't think you're prepared to hear the truth about this. Listen very carefully to what you revealed.
Disease is when you have ingested a substance that was uncomplimentary with your genetic structure. But now we eat acid food, and the acid food breaks down the mucous membrane and does cause it to flow with the blood, covering other groups of cells now. Groups of cells that belong to organs, depriving them of oxygen. If the mucus goes to your nostrils, they call it sinusitis. Your bronchial tubes is bronchitis. What about when the mucus goes to the uterus of the woman? Endometriosis or vaginal discharge or yeast infection.
He basically said that mucus is the cause of all disease. But where does mucus actually come from? Let me ask you this. How many of you have probably eaten from this place before? Or you've probably eaten from any other place on this list? Did you know that it isn't actually real meat? Think about how many restaurants are in your city. Now think about your state. Now think about the whole of the US. In total, there's about 14,000 locations in the USA alone. You really think that there's enough chicken and cows to actually supply all of these fast food chains? And this meat that you're eating is causing more mucus in your body. More mucus means more disease. Luckily for you, he supplied the cure to eradicate mucus and toxins from your body. That's by consuming Shilajit. Not only does it clear mucus from your body, but it will strengthen your immune system, reverse any diseases that you have, and boost your energy. So if you're interested in getting some Shilajit and getting all of that mucus out of your body, check my IG bio before we sell out. Don't think you're prepared to hear the truth about this. Listen very carefully to what you revealed.
Disease is when you have ingested a substance that was uncomplimentary with your genetic structure.
Rice?
Yeah, white rice, not brown. Brown rice is bad for you.
God, it's like the complete opposite of everything that we learned.
It's because some guy in the 70s was like, because fiber.
Yeah.
Brown rice has a whole bunch of lectins, it shreds your gut, and it's got 80 times more arsenic than white rice. That's why every rice-eating culture on the planet peels their rice unless you're too poor to peel your rice. So the fact that some kind of self-loathing long-distance runner in the 70s told you to eat a whole bunch of fiber and whole foods, whatever that means, it doesn't work. That's what made me fat. I was also a raw vegan, by the way. Like, I was a devout vegan.
You've done the whole thing.
Yeah, it gave me worse arthritis, it gave me more autoimmunity, it gave me terrible joint pain, I broke teeth. 80% of people go vegan quit because it makes them sick and it can take years to recover. So don't do that.
Rice?
Yeah, white rice, not brown. Brown rice is bad for you.
God, it's like the complete opposite of everything that we learned.
That's because some guy in the 70s was like, because fiber.
Yeah.
Brown rice has a whole bunch of lectins.
That was fantastic. Lake Mipat completely frozen over. These guys do tours
They make sure that the dogs are only allowed to run twice a day to keep them hungry. They want to run all day, every day. These dogs are very friendly, they're very happy. Another fantastic experience in the book.
Kazakhstan, 3 sons have risen. 3 sons at once. It's a simulation, my friend.
Fuck off in Chinese. 滚开滚开滚开 Fuck off in Chinese. 滚开滚开滚开 Fuck off in Chinese. 滚开滚开滚开 Fuck off in
I have never ever got myself involved in the politics of another country. But I tell you this much. If Biden and his people continue to prosecute Donald Trump, then I tell you this much. We will invade America. We will invade America. Enough is enough. Thank you.
What your business there, white people them thing, Shut up, man.
Important news. Elon Musk's project has scared the government and major banks. He has come up with a new secret investment.
Did you know that the needle that Jesus mentions in Matthew 19:24 is not a sewing needle? Most people think that Jesus was talking about a sewing needle when he mentioned that it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God.
What kind of needle was he talking about?
But in reality, Jesus was referring to the gates of the cities. In ancient times, those gates had 2 large leaves and a smaller door called the Eye of the Needle, intended only for the passage of pedestrians when the large gates were closed. Getting a camel through the Eye of the Needle required the camel to shed its load and bend its legs and neck, a difficult task that often left scratches. Jesus' teaching was not impossible for the rich, but a reminder that everyone, rich or poor, must shed their burdens, bend their necks in obedience, kneel before God, and acknowledge Him as the way to salvation. The entrance to the kingdom of God is narrow and requires humility and obedience to submit to the divine will. Thus, wealth or poverty is not the determining factor for salvation, but the willingness of each one to follow God. Comment amen, and follow me for more. Did you know that the needle that Jesus mentions in Matthew...
Bag up, Terry. What in reverse, Terry? What in reverse? Oh, Lord!
He's a good guy, but he feels unappreciated. He's not sure if he's depressed. He's not sad, but he's not happy either. He can laugh at jokes and smile throughout the day, but when he's alone at night, his thoughts are terrible. He finds himself wide awake at strange hours of the night, even when he knows he has to be up early in the morning. Sleep used to be his escape, but now he can't even do that anymore. Nobody notices the differences between his good days and bad days. Nobody ever reaches out to him first. Nobody has ever really made an effort to keep him in their lives. Nobody has ever truly loved him. He feels like losing him has never really affected anyone, and it never will. It's a different kind of pain when you're going through stuff and need someone to talk to, but you don't want to bother anyone, so you just sit there drowning in your own thoughts. Comment King, if you've been there or are there right now. Check out the free resources in the link in my bio if you need help.
Girl months, calling a man broke because the man cannot afford to buy you something you cannot afford to buy for yourself. Girl months, Y equal MX plus B. Y is the innocent young man. M is the Birkin bag, X is the wicked gal, and B is our Boros slave. Like gal like Boros and one man to buy a Birkin bag. That name of blood makes sense. Girl months, A times M equals 0. A stands for anything. Anything she do, anybody she fuck, anywhere she go, times our mind. If our mindset never happened, the answer will always be 0. Girl months, A divided by B equals correct. A again means anything divided by our birthday. Anything I got up on our birthday, it is understandable and it is acceptable. It don't matter what she do, you it was my birthday, like I was lit. Girl, man, boom. I got involved with a bag of man now.
So she did the plan for end her life for her birthday too.
Change the sign, reciprocate badness, and give the one where have the most money, the baby. Girl, man, boom. This is a square now, side by side, equal here now. So when she go do it, she go get 4 man who contribute something equally in her life at all times. One with the big money, one with big cocky, one who listen and communicate, one who have big gun for shot at boy in their feet. Side by side equal here now, which is a little dirty crutches. Girl, man. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Look, we said now the girl and her man have a little problem in their relationship. So the relationship status is kind of a little bit unknown. What she go do, instead of she go away, she go just use the Pythagorean theorem, see where solve for X, where the maths say X equal 10. As soon as they start up, she start entertain 10 new niggas. Numbers no lie. Them girl are wicked. Girl maths, call the man broke because the man cannot afford to buy you something you cannot afford.
You know? That time you say you can't buy you something you can't afford it to buy yourself.
Able to get close to your woman, he's not the problem.
Yeah, right.
She is. The fact that another man feels so welcomed reflects on your girl's behavior behind your back.
Yep.
Never compete with another man over a woman. If she makes another guy feel like he stands a chance with her, let him have her. You don't want someone that everyone can have. Can't build a kingdom with someone who still seeks attention from the village. If another man is able to get close to your woman,
does this prove that we have 13 months in a year?
I'm going to show you. This is a regular slider, and it doesn't matter if it was a snapping turtle or a painted turtle, a map turtle. They're all the same. This was used as a calendar by the Indians, and I'll show you how. There's 13 moons in a calendar year, and every turtle has 13 sections in its back. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. One for each of the moons. And it starts over here and goes counterclockwise around and then down. There's 28 days between each moon, and every turtle has 28 smaller sections around the base of it. And if you times that, it comes to like
365 days. Does this prove that we have 13 months in a year?
Why? Because he makes little boys sit on his lap. But when he see the girls, he say, ho, ho, ho. Son of a pedophile. Why? We're migrating. We're going to Jamaica. I really want to see that. I want to go to Jamaica.
When you don't come down here and you turn back because the rich people, them up St. Andrew, them have the gun and the lights and them to shoot to them. Shoot to them and kill them. We poor people, we can't buy the legal gun. But them are going to legally shoot them and now we get no justice because they're rich. So if I was like them, they say that turn back.
Migrating. We're going to Jamaica. I really want to see that.
Going to Jamaica. When you don't come down here, when you turn back because the rich people, them up St. Andrew, them have the gun and the lights and them to shoot to them. Oh my shoot to them and kill them. We poor people, we not do.
I'm going to teach you how to reset your nervous system by activating and resetting your vagus nerve. This is super easy. It relieves headaches, migraines, neck pain, shoulder pain, back pain. It's incredible and it works. Now the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to turn your head as far as you can all the way to the right. Notice if there's any pain or discomfort in your neck, your shoulders, or your back. Then you're going to turn your head all the way to the other side. Same thing. Notice any pain or discomfort happening. Now what I want you to do is take your hands and clasp them together like this and put them behind your head. Now you're going to keep your face forward, but your eyes are going to go all the way to the right. And you're going to do this until you get an involuntary yawn or deep sigh.
Sorry, I can't do so long.
Sometimes it takes a minute, it can take up to 3 minutes, it can even take up to 30 seconds. Okay, now you're going to switch sides again, and you're going to look all the way to the left, just with your eyes, keep your face forward. Again, the same thing. That happened very quickly. Now what you're going to do is you're going to do the same thing that you did before, and you're going to turn your head as far as you can. This time, you're going to notice that your head turns way farther. Same thing with the other side. Way farther than it could before. Now, this also will get rid of any migraines, headaches, tension in your neck. I'm going to teach you how to reset your nervous system by activating and resetting your vagus nerve. This is super easy. It relieves headaches.
It's Tire Zodiac. There is one zodiac sign that is known to be the most honest among all the zodiac signs. It's really rare to find sincere people like them. Can you guess what sign that is? I will reveal the answer at the end of the video. Honesty is at the core of this sign's personality. They are not afraid to speak the truth, no matter how uncomfortable or difficult it may be. Their candor is often seen as a breath of fresh air, as they never try to lie or hide the truth. Their integrity is unbreakable, and they strive to maintain their commitments and promises, whether in interactions with others or in handling their own affairs. They are always straightforward, transparent, and fair, with steadfast professional and personal ethics. They refuse to compromise their principles. Their loyalty to those closest to them cannot be shaken by any form of bribery. Even if their honesty can sometimes make themselves and others feel awkward, they will always stand up for the truth, earning the trust and respect of those around them. Can you guess which zodiac sign I'm talking about? That's right, it's Sagittarius, the most honest sign in the entire zodiac. And
he told me, how come you don't apologize for September 11th and for ISIS? So I told him that I will apologize. Right after you apologized to me for the 200 million Africans that were taken from Africa, the majority of which were killed on the way here. Why don't you apologize for being the only nation to ever drop a nuclear bomb on another nation? Hiroshima and Nagasaki, you think I forgot? Think I'm a goldfish? Why doesn't Mr. Trump apologize for his ancestors from Germany? There have been 2 world wars, right? Which one did the Muslims begin? Wait, none of them. Wasn't us. Who did the Holocaust? Wasn't us. What is the apology for every innocent child that dies in a drone attack? I'll expect an apology from Mr. Trump for his grandfather, member of the KKK, as has been well documented. So don't ask us for an apology. And if Mr. Trump wants to put a Muslim ban, this isn't your country to ban. And there are Muslims here. If he wants to go somewhere where there's no Muslims, I suggest he goes to hell. Because in hell, a time will come that there will be no Muslims. And he told me, how come you don't apologize for September 11th and for ISIS? So I told him that I will apologize. Right after you...
A narcissistic mother. Of course, I secretly would rather see you struggle than do well for yourself. The more you struggle, the more you have to rely on me, which means I get to control you. I'm a narcissistic mother. Of course I had children to cater to my ego. The purpose of having kids is to teach blind obedience to me, not for them to be their own people. I'm their ruler. I'm a narcissistic mother. Of course you have to earn my love. I'm a narcissistic mother. Of course I've been emotionally unavailable your whole life. I didn't become a mom to meet your needs. I became a mom for you to meet mine. I'm a narcissistic mother. I can only love you for who I want you to be, not for who you are. As long as you do as I say, stick beside me in my toxic behavior and participate in the fantasy I've created in my head, you have nothing to worry about, my love. I'm a narcissistic mother. Of course I'd rather impress strangers and give the idea of a perfect family instead of actually having a healthy family dynamic. I don't really care about having a healthy family dynamic. As long as I get to post and keep up my false image, I'm fine. I'm a narcissistic mother. Of course I play my children against each other and make them compete for my attention. I can never let them have a close relationship and leave me out the middle. Never. I'm a narcissistic mother. Of course I'm going to be a seemingly loving grandmother, but only to one grandkid. I have to use the same manipulative tactics I used on my kids when they were younger. How else am I going to get them to compete for my love? I'm a narcissistic mother. I'll never apologize for the way I treated you, but I'll blame you for the way that you reacted. I'm a narcissistic mother.
Diane see him fuck every year. This year me a talk up and me no kill. Lady girl, yeah my baby girl, but me not let no feel. Hear me now. December 24th, me and tell you say on Christmas Eve. Tell me what you get, me what you got up your sleeve. And if I'm fucking about that, that's when they receive. Come me and take back that PS when speed. It's not disagreement, not argue, not chat. Tell you figure good live and get fucking back. All you fi buy me tire, me buy your laptop. Me buy your jewelry and you want buy me a song. Somebody tell me say I'm a real fuck with that. And then you tell me say she buy your box and so much. Well if I saw me coming, put me body back in the spot. I make me tell you something, say me just not gonna stop. I make me tell you something, Christmas I go flap. I want to be a girl, you know what days with the catch. I want to tell you something, them say it's not about the gift to dance, but think about my pocket, because if you might fuck with me, I get back fuck with you.
Oh, you mean? Me in total agreement. Give me fuckery and fuckery, me give you back. Blood clean. I beg you a two spin. Hear me now.
December 24th, me and tell you say on Christmas Eve. Tell me what you get, me what you got up your sleeve. And if I'm fucking about that, that's when they receive. Come me and take back that PS with speed. It's not disagreement, not argue, not chat. And I figure good live and get fucking back. All you fi buy me tire, me buy your laptop.
You understand?
Jewelry and you want buy me a song. Somebody tell me say I'm a real fuck.
Right, and PST. Everything they want to give you a pussy. Like mom buckley.
This year me a talk up and me no kill. Lady girl, yeah my baby girl, but me not let no feel. Hear me now.
Hear me now.
December 24th, me and tell you say on Christmas.
Respect.
Tell me what you get, me what you got up your sleeve. And if I'm fucking about that, that's when they receive. Come me and take back that.
Why you just sound like you could be a good DJ, man? Eh? Major hype.
All you fi buy me tire, me buy your laptop. Me buy your jewelry and you want buy me a song.
I impersonate, but you go there though. Moving on. This boy not send me nothing yet. Email address I'm sending him. Spray up down there, so this also they keep taking me space, you know, Rasta. So then like say people think that double up in it like I feel them on it. Alright, it's free up. So bad man, I take it.
If you use these phrases. So if you are a new grad or any nurse for that matter, condition yourself to not use these two phrases. Will continue to monitor. Patient is resting in bed with eyes closed. Let me tell you why. Will continue to monitor is documenting in future tense, indicating something that you did not do and holds you liable if something happened to your patient and you stated that you were monitoring them. It 100% can be used against you in court. So instead, say something like, plan of care ongoing. No further concerns as of present. Patient expresses no other needs at this time. Call light within reach. Document in the present, not in the future. Okay, now patient resting in bed with eyes